Hi, we're here at St. Matthew's K through 8 with Mrs.
Tretta Keith.
Tretta Keith. Miss Keith, we've had an opportunity to visit some of your classrooms, hear some of your teachers, hear some of your students. Tell us a little bit more about it, if you will.
Well, St. Matthew's K-8 is a great school, and as Ms. Darby said earlier, we are a family. We work on citizenship and character ed, and we not only want our children to do well academically, but we want them to do well socially and emotionally. And as Ms. Patterson says, we work on the soft skills with the children as well, because when they go out into the world, we want them to be prepared to compete and succeed as our district model is.
My name is Tamika Fordham, and I teach 4th grade science, and today they are presenting what they've learned on sound, and they've been doing investigations and planning to using observations to understand how sound works, and they are now presenting what they've learned in class about sound with the low pitch, high pitch, the volume, the distance, the energy, to now be able to play an instrument that they created on their own using materials around the school. And this is where we are.
My name is Asia Gethers, and I also love science because we learned that Roy G. Vale can help you remember the colors of the rainbow.
Wow. And what is that? What are the colors of the rainbow? What do we call that? The visible what?
Spectrum.
All right.
Hello, my name is Audrey Patterson. I am a 4th grade teacher here at St. Matthew's K-8 school here in St. Matthews, South Carolina. And I just wanted to talk briefly about a event that we started on last year, the MLK Junior Oratory Competition. We will be having that. It's an upcoming event coming really soon, but basically the purpose of the event is to get the kids exposed to speaking publicly. A lot of times in schools and in life, kids don't know how to approach interviews. They don't know how to approach people when they're talking and having everyday conversations. So we just want them to get the hang of speaking publicly. Some of them can actually go into acting or drama as a result of being a part of the oratory competition. So we're excited about just exposing them to it early on in life.
This is our weather station right here, and the students use this to track the weather every day, and that information is translated to this monitor over here in the class, and the students can either go to the monitor to get the information for the weather for St. Matthews, or they can log into the Weather Service's national website to get data for their city that they chose to collect data on for the past month.
If they want to collect data for the day,
yes,
they can get it from this location?
Yes, all day, every day.
The
wind speed, wind direction, temperature, rain percentage from this right here, right outside our window.
Make that into a positive.
Like a tone of voice, like.
So what can be positive about tone? If they had not a good tone, what should it be?
Why did you become a teacher?
Why did I become a teacher? Because I had a great influence from an English teacher of mine, okay. And I love my babies.
Okay.
I do, even though they're big ones.
How many of you are going to become teachers? This group. Why?
Mainly because my dad is a teacher over at the elementary school, but I want to see a change in the education system today.
Serena and Christalgia, yesterday your research that you presented, what is the deficit of teachers that we're going to have within the next couple of years?
164.
164 teachers. And what did I say, or what did you all say, was one of the most commonly missed out careers? Which class?
The special ed.
The special needs class.
Special needs teacher.
This is Ms. Watson, my district teacher of the year. We will running her classroom.
Wherever you are, even though you're not finished, okay? And let's go over some of these. Again, I know you mentioned earlier about the ACT, and some of you said I may not be going to college, don't want to take it, but I'm saying to you it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it, okay? Well, first of all, I'm very humbled with getting district teacher of the year, but let alone teacher of the year. This is my community. I grew up here. I'm a product of Calhoun County, and my job is basically just to give back. I was just telling the students, I love what I do, and I was even saying to them earlier, I have kids that I've taught, and I've been doing this 20 years, and they're making more money than I am, but I'm so proud of them, and I'm not jealous of that fact because my job is to help build leaders, and that's what I want to do in my students here. When I see their little smiling faces come through the door, and when they're able to come back, this young lady came back to me last week, Miss Ginyard, and said to me, Ms. Watson, I thank you so much for making me do those speeches in your class because I was able to pass my public speaking class. There are several others that came back to me and said I was able to use what you gave me in the real world. So my job is to prepare the kids not just for ACT, prepare them for the real world. I try to keep up with some of the latest trends that are going on in English because I don't want our students to be behind. I remember years and years ago where, teachers just taught one way and that was it. That's not the kind of person that I am. I know technology is a big piece today because that's what our kids are using. I wasn't introduced to the internet until my freshman year of college, and that was back in '93. But when I see the different trends that are going on in education, in English, I want my kids to be able to compete, not only just locally or not only statewide, but also nationally, not only just for colleges, but also for jobs.
This class that we just observed is Principles of Engineering. Principles of Engineering focuses on a lot of the design processes when it comes to mechanisms. We do a lot calculations that relate to mechanical advantage in engineering. That's very important. And these students start doing hands-on projects. These projects immerse them in some of the engineering design processes and give them experiences that will lend to careers that lead in STEM directions.
We're very proud of our schools, and one is because of the personnel that we have within those schools. We adopted a motto some years ago, teaching and learning. And so everybody within these schools, within these walls, are children first. And it's about what we do each and every day to make sure that each of our children are receiving a quality education. We don't want them to be lacking of where they need to be simply because of a zip code. Okay? These children deserve nothing but the best. And certainly we're a small school district, and we certainly don't have the resources of a lot of districts who are much larger than us and who have bigger tax bases. But at the same time, if we spend wisely and use our resources wisely, we believe that we can meet and compete with any school district in this state.